ponieważ zauważono wyrwę w torze kolejowym.
German Foreign Minister Johann Wadephul speaking with Paul Gorotia with Modhim, the Foreign Minister Ervin Ibrahimovic, highlighted Montenegro's status as a frontrunner for EU accession. Wadephul praised the latest EU accession report, noting that Montenegro had made significant progress. He also added that the German government was very pleased with this development. Wadephul is currently touring 6 Western Balkan states, focusing on EU membership and the ongoing war in Ukraine, with central themes on his discussions. Let's take a listen in to the German minister.
Montenegro wird oft als Frontrunner bezeichnet, vollkommen zu Recht, weil hier sehr große Fortschritte gemacht worden sind beim Beitrittsprozess. Der jüngste Erweiterungsbericht würdigt das sehr klar und ich würdige das auch. Die Bundesregierung ist sehr froh darüber. Wenn es so weitergeht, wenn die Anstrengungen intensiviert werden und wenn Montenegro nicht nachlässt, dann kann dieser Weg erfolgreich sein. Wir wissen, die letzte Etappe im Endspurt ist meistens die anstrengendste, aber das Ziel ist in erreichbarer Nähe und Deutschland wird Montenegro unterstützen. Und wir sind uns auch einig, dass die Ukraine, die vor einem harten Jahr, dem schwierigsten Winter wahrscheinlich in diesem Krieg steht, unsere volle Unterstützung hat. Als NATO-Verbündete stehen wir gemeinsam fest an der Seite der Ukraine. Es ist gut, dass das montenegrinische Parlament in der vergangenen Woche den Weg für die Beteiligung an einer NATO-Unterstützung und Ausbildungsmission für die Ukraine freigemacht hat.
The European Union's climate chief has told delegates at COP30 that it is time to impose the broadest possible carbon pricing scheme. The EU defended the approach despite opposition from several countries, which have raised concerns about the potential economic impact such pricing could have. The comments come as negotiations continue over how to balance ambitious climate goals. Let's take a listen.
You all know the saying by Victor Hugo, that there's nothing so powerful as an idea for which the time has come. And this is something we do need to pursue. Pricing carbon is something we need to pursue with as many as possible, as quickly as possible.
The ongoing deforestation crisis in key tropical rainforests, particularly in the Amazon Congo Basin and Southeast Asia, is severely undermining global pledges to combat climate change. Despite international commitments to the 2021 Glasgow Leaders Declaration to halt and reverse forest loss by 2030, current progress is alarmingly off track. As some reports, the ongoing destruction of vital ecosystems poses a direct threat to climate targets, such as those outlined in the Paris Rise, as well as below 2 degrees Celsius and aiming for 1.5 degrees. To address the crisis, climate experts emphasize the need for stronger law enforcement, the recognition of indigenous land rights, and an end to financing for activities that cause deforestation. Let's listen in to what some experts had to say.
Deforestation is not a simple process or a simple problem. To solve it, there is no silver bullet to use. In different parts of the world, the drivers are different and the laws in the countries are different. But one thing we know, we need an economy that can live with the forest alive. And for this, it's necessary some kind of incentives for countries, especially the poor countries, to keep the forest alive.
It's quite depressing. We're seeing an increase in illegal logging, deforestation, and we're seeing push for mining within the forest. So it endangers both biodiversity, it endangers the livelihood of the people that are there, the indigenous people. So the forest is under tremendous pressure. And by now, we think that this should have been in the reverse. And it's disheartening to see the gap widening between pledges, big statement, and between action.
The world's forests aren't running out of time. We are. And I think here at COP30, we've seen new forest finance commitments made, the Tropical Forest Forever facility, renewed 10-year pledges. It shows that governments recognize the scale of the crisis with the world's forests, but recognizing a crisis and acting on a crisis are not the same thing, right? We have markets moving, we have companies transforming their supply chains, we have circular solutions scaling. What's missing is strong political action and resourcing, and any further delays are just caution and negligence at this stage of its.
Now, several hundred protesters demonstrate and block the base chemical factory in Saint-Juban-les-Elieux near Roden to denounce the production of pesticides and the release of forever chemicals into the environment. BASF operates numerous chemical factories worldwide, with its largest integrated complex located in Germany. BASF faces accusations of pollution from both current activities and its historical legacy, including the production of forever chemicals and incidents like a 2009 chromium spill. While the company reports on its efforts to reduce air and water pollution through various measures and aims for net zero emissions by 2050. Some critics have raised concerns about transparency, particularly regarding operations in China and ongoing environmental impacts. Let's take a listen in to what some protesters had to say.
Quand on exporte des pesticides, ils vont revenir aussi dans nos assiettes, notamment du fait des traités de libre-échange comme le traité du Mercosur, qui est en phase finale d'être ratifié. Et donc clairement, on est aussi venu ici pour dénoncer cet accord de libre-échange qui va clairement bénéficier à ce type d'entreprise qui n'en a que faire de nos vies et qui ne cherche que la rentabilité économique. Mais
du coup, ce matin, on s'est introduit sur le lieu et donc du coup dans un bâtiment qu'on avait identifié où ils stockent des pesticides, notamment du fipronil, en grande quantité, et dénoncer que ce pesticide est interdit en France et en Europe.
We move back over to the Middle East, and Syria's economy is showing early signs of recovery, according to a new statement from the International Monetary Fund. An IMF staff team concluded a visit to Damascus this week, assessing the country's economic conditions and discussing key reform priorities with Syrian authorities. The mission, led by Ron van Roden, reported that improved consumer and investor confidence also, along with Syria's gradual reintegration into regional and global markets as sanctions are eased, has helped lift economic prospects. Officials highlighted that more than 1 million refugees have returned, contributing to stabilization efforts. Despite ongoing challenges, Syria has maintained tight fiscal and monetary stance aimed at safeguarding financial stability. IMF staff say upcoming technical assistance will focus on strengthening public finances, modernizing the financial sector, and improving essential economic data. The IMF reaffirmed its commitment to support Syria as it works to rebuild institutions and advances long term. A released footage shows the scenes from NATO military exercises in the North Atlantic. In the video, a decommissioned Norwegian frigate, the CNM Trondheim, was struck and ultimately sunk after being targeted by a torpedo from a NATO submarine, according to NATO's Allied Joint Force Command Norfolk. The operation's part of a training exercise mission designed to verify and demonstrate the striking capability of submarines and its weapon systems. Several vessels' units took part in the drill, which NATO says helps to ensure Allied forces. Officials emphasized that the frigate used in the exercise had been formally retired from service and designed for training purposes. The footage offers a rare glimpse into the complex and high-stakes maneuvers that make up NATO's maritime training and preparedness. And with that, it's a wrap